Then I heard a boom. Heavy weapons take toll on civilians in Armenia-Azerbaijan clash. Stepanakert, the capital of the ethnic Armenian enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh, came under bombardment on Monday as both sides used powerful, long-range weapons. A photo from the Republic of Nagorno-Karabakh Info Center showing the aftermath of recent shelling. Credit: David Garamanyan, NKR Info Center, via Agence France Presse. Getty Images. Moscow. Ruzana Vagyana, a 53-year-old social worker from the ethnic Armenian enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh, was taking stock Monday of the region's rapidly escalating military conflict with Azerbaijan from inside her basement. The fighting, the worst in Nagorno-Karabakh since a vicious ethnic war erupted in the region in the early 1990s, began a week ago and drove Ms. Vagyana underground. She counted a half-dozen or so explosions in each of the first days she hid out in the basement, more on Sunday and so many on Monday she could hardly keep track. Then the apartment building on top of her took a direct hit. "People are afraid," Ms. Vagyana said in a telephone interview. "I heard whistling this way and that," she said, recalling the artillery strikes on her city, Stepanakert, earlier in the day. "I couldn't understand where they were falling. And then I heard a boom. As her building burned, she escaped unharmed," Ms. Vagyana said. Skirmishes have been common for years along the front lines of the Nagorno-Karabakh region, which is run by ethnic Armenian separatists but internationally recognized as a part of Azerbaijan. But this conflict is distinct, analysts and former diplomats say, for the more direct support that Turkey has offered to Azerbaijan and for the scale of the fighting. Both sides have been using armed drones and powerful, long-range rocket artillery, they say. Turkey has denied offering anything more than training, weapons sales and political support to Azerbaijan. Stepanakert, once a city of well-tended boulevards and stately stone homes, is now scattered with the ruins of bombarded buildings. On Monday, it came under heavy bombardment for a second day, Armenia's military said. On the Azerbaijani side, the authorities said rockets had landed in a residential area of Ganja, the country's second-largest city. At least 250 people have died in the recent fighting, including dozens of civilians on both sides, according to official reports. People tended to an injured man in a bomb shelter during shelling in Stepanakert on Sunday. Credit: Aram Karakosyan Pan photo, via Associated Press. The long-range artillery fire of the type that destroyed Ms. Vagyana's apartment building, which she said was across a street from a military headquarters and thus in a vulnerable location, has alarmed observers and former diplomats. Weapons raise the risks of a direct conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia, two former Soviet states divided by a poisonous and long-running ethnic dispute and competing claims to the Nagorno-Karabakh region. So far, the fighting along the front has been muddled and inconclusive. Reports from both sides are impossible to independently verify. Azerbaijan has reported capturing, and then recapturing again, several villages in seesaw fighting over small strips of land. Those accounts have been denied by Armenia, which has accused the other side of targeting civilians, and Turkey of shooting down one of its planes. Both countries have in the past threatened to target strategic infrastructure with long-range weapons, raising worries that the conflict may intensify. Over the weekend and on Monday, both sides fired large-caliber, Russian-made rockets of a type known as Smerk, or Tornado, saying they were aiming for military targets. Russia has for decades sold the same weapon systems to both parties to the conflict. Nagorno-Karabakh vowed to fire back into Azerbaijan to retaliate for its shelling of Stepanakert. "We are not targeting the civilian population but military facilities permanently deployed in large cities," Varam Pankulsian, a spokesman for the enclave's president, told the Armenian news agency Arka. He said civilians should leave their homes to escape harm.